Okay everybody, well I've just responded to Mr. Clarke, Jeremy Clarke from Z Energy or Caltex, and I've just said to him, you know, bring your prices down into line. They were $2.03 a litre last week. As you can see now, it was $1.99 or $2 a litre. Now they've dropped it a further 2 cents. So in 1 week they've got their sign fixed and they've dropped their petrol price 6 cents from being 17 cents more a litre, more expensive than anyone else. They're now charging, well, what it would appear to be 7 cents or 11 cents more a litre. So it goes to show, people might say, oh, don't be a whinger, don't complain, don't bitch about this and that. But at the end of the day, if you don't complain, you don't bitch and whinge, shit doesn't get brought to attention and shit doesn't get fucking sorted out or changed. You know, it's really that simple. Now that bites me in the ass, because I tell the wife, if you don't complain, you don't get nothing done. And of course she constantly complains to me about everything. So, you know, it can bite you in the ass. But in 1 week, I've seen just that petrol station drop their price 6 cents a litre. No other petrol station this week that I've noticed has dropped their price at all.
After emailing Z Energy, Caltex, and asking some questions, here is the response. June 14, 2016. Subject, FWD, Case 36711, Complaint Acknowledgement for Caltex Waimauku. Attention, Shion at reception. As per our conversation yesterday, see, YouTube, on the phone, POG, Caltex head office, June 13, 2016, I chase up my questions. I will repeat my questions to you. As I had filled out a form type questionnaire, I do not have the original one. They were simply: what reason is there for the extremely high price of 95 octane at Waimauku Caltex of $2.03, versus the Caltex Lincoln RD of $1.86, 17 cents more? I record and have a video log online chronicling the price of gas for over a year now, and I stumbled upon this extreme variant of almost 10% in price. I also checked Gull, Z, BP, Mobil, Pack and Save, and Shell, as well as 2x Caltex stations, and according to Waimauku staff, they do not know, although they have mentioned that Glen Eden Caltex is also far cheaper. I wish to know why the signage at Waimauku is not working, since last Wednesday at least, hence failing to display the prices charged. The price is still displayed at the pump. However, if people were to assume that Waimauku Caltex was sticking with other Caltex stations, they would be incorrect and be overcharged. I would be happy to erect temporary signage for the public to be aware of this. Myself as well as other local residents have discussed this and will be happy to travel the extra 4 minutes to Kiamu/Waipae and boycott Waimauku Caltex should they not stick to national standard pricing. Please explain why the station is overpricing its product. Why have I not had a response as yet? A simple phone call and explanation would suffice. I noticed yesterday that it was also charging 10 cents more than others for its diesel and 5 cents more for 91 octane. I can be contacted on, redacted, or via email, and look forward to your response. Have a fantastic day. Mark. Other links of interest. On the phone, POG, Commerce Commission, June 13, 2016, asking about petrol regulations. On the phone, POG, Caltex CUST Services, June 9, 2016, I call to ask some questions. What's that got to do with the price of gas? June 8, 2016, $1.86, 95 octane. Jeremy Clarke of Z Energy responds. Afternoon, Mark. Thank you for your email via the Caltex website on Friday and again earlier today regarding the pricing of 95 octane at 2 Auckland locations. I apologize that we have not responded sooner, as we have been looking into your initial message. Z Energy 2015 Ltd markets the Caltex brand and supplies fuels at competitive wholesale rates to independently operated service stations around the country, whereby the operators choose the retail price to the consumer. We acknowledge that you recently noticed a price difference between 95-octane petrol at Caltex Waimauku and Caltex Lincoln Road service stations, which may appear greater than usual. Caltex Lincoln Road appears to be operating in a highly competitive environment for 95-octane, which may be leading to this variance. Like many other general retail businesses, fuel or other, businesses must price themselves to remain competitive in the market they operate. As a business, Z Energy 2015 Limited does not have an insight into our competitor pricing decisions, nor the retail markets of our independent operators, including the reasons for the discrepancies and extreme competition in retail prices at the above-mentioned locations, which has created the price disparity that you have commented on. The price of 95-octane that is currently seen at Caltex Waimauku is similar to what would have been seen by a large number of motorists around the country, and we believe is not overpriced as you have stated. With regards to the signage at the site, I will follow up with our property department to discuss with the independent retailer to understand why this is not currently working. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Kind regards, Jeremy Clarke, Senior Communications Advisor, Z Energy 2015 Limited. Confidentiality notice: the information in this document and attachments may be privileged and confidential. It is intended only for the use of the named recipient. Any confidentiality or privilege is not waived or lost if you receive it in error or if you are not the intended recipient. If you are not the intended recipient, please notify us immediately and then delete this document. Do not disclose the contents of this document to any other person, nor take any copies. Violation of this notice may be unlawful. Also note, the opinions expressed in this document are those of the author, and not necessarily those of Z Energy or its related entities. My response. June 22, 2016. Hi Jeremy. Thank you for your response. Whether yourself and others believe that Caltex Waimauku is not overpricing is quite frankly irrelevant. I do not have such a belief. It is a known fact. The facts show that many stations have similar prices and adhere to the national average. Waimauku Caltex is the odd one out. Nothing to do with competition. As for your very politically worded response, wonderful, it will sound just fantastic when recited over YouTube and other public sites. You have not provided any reason whatsoever as to why Caltex Waimauku is charging excessively for its 95 octane. I do note, however, that after a week the sign was working. Perhaps my calls sped this up? No idea. As I offered prior, I will be informing the general public in various ways of the station's overpricing and its sheer lack of competitiveness, as the now 13 cents more a liter, dropped 4 cents, is unacceptable to myself and others locally. I will continue investigating further into this and reporting. I did offer to the lovely receptionist to erect some signage for the public as so they are not overcharged further, and I will do my best to make it known to the general public that yourself and Caltex believe that 13 cents difference between two stations of the same company is acceptable. So you are clear. It is not. You state that it is the independent operator who sets the retail price, is that correct? Does Caltex/Z just suggest prices to the operator of said station? Who sets the price for Waimauku Caltex? Z Energy? Or the independent operator? I suggest that Caltex Waimauku bring its prices lower to reflect competitiveness as opposed to overcharging. Your competitors are no excuse for overcharging. Nor do they have any relevance to an internal price disparity that has been brought to your attention, and clearly ignored. School holidays are coming up and I am looking for a pet project we can focus on over the break. Teaching my offspring the right to protest, outside Caltex Waimauku may be in order? I will ponder on that one. Perhaps the mainstream and alternative media may be interested also? I will find out. Have a great day. Mark. As for your confidentially notice, I do not understand it. I am not legally trained nor understand any legal terms of art. I will be displaying the contents to whomever I wish, as it is lawful. Whether you believe it may not be. Notice. Failure to respond within 10 days shall constitute a tacit agreement that Jeremy Clarke of Z/Caltex accepts the facts that have been presented to himself within this correspondence. Your correspondence will be broadcast.
I'm not going to be happy until that petrol station toes the line and starts charging an acceptable level of price for their petrol, or at least stick to the same screwy prices as everybody else. You know, it is the 22nd of June, so I will be doing What's That Got to Do with the Price of Gas again today at our local Pack and Save, because it's still cheaper than anywhere else. So yeah, I will be doing that. So it's just a matter of having fun with that too. We'll catch up with you when that happens. See you later, guys.
On June 24, 2016, Jeremy Clarke of Z Energy replied with, "Dear Mark, thank you for your response in relation to our email and the questions that you have sought clarification. As mentioned, Z Energy 2015 Limited supplies fuel to independently operated Caltex retail outlets, and it owns the Caltex brand. However, it does not determine the retail price of fuel at these outlets. Independent retailers at each Caltex service station make their decisions based on the business and market factors for their outlet. The retail price of 95 octane at Caltex Waimauku appears to be similar to many other service stations around the country and not overpriced as you have indicated. Price differences between this and other locations even under the same brand will have a number of contributing factors, to which increased competitive behavior in a geographic area is one, just like any other retail offering. Kind regards, Jeremy Clarke." My response: "Hello Jeremy. Thanks again for clarifying that it is the individual retailers that set the price, much appreciated. Whether or not you or Z Energy believe that the price at Waimauku is not overpriced, the facts I have stated in the videos along with video evidence to back shows that your beliefs are, as I stated previously, irrelevant. Was this unclear? Any man or woman is welcome to believe whatever they wish: Santa, fairies, religion, aliens, conspiracies, etc. etc. The list, I am certain, can be endless. However, this does not change the facts I have brought to your attention, for your clarification. I check multiple stations every week and have done for over a year, keeping a vlog of this. That while 6 stations within a variant of 3 cents were charging mainly $1.86 per liter. Including the Lincoln RD station, the Caltex Waimauku was charging $2.03, a difference of 17 cents per liter. I might point out that this difference is still noticeable, as this week on average it had dropped 5 cents. $1.81, $1.82. However, Caltex Waimauku is currently retailing 95 at $1.98. Still 17 cents, more expensive, overpriced than many other stations around Auckland, not the rest of the country, Auckland. Trying to generalize does not work when I am pointing out that in general that Waimauku is overpriced for its petrol. Fact. In case you require the math. $1.98, $1.81 equals 17 cents. 181 x 9% equals $1.98 rounded. As you cannot rebut the facts and you are seeming to not grasp the concept of 1 out of 7 stations charging almost 10% more for the same product than any competitor, including another of the same brand name, is definitely overcharging. I will put this out to the viewers to decide and work on getting some signage sorted out for the public. From your statements it can be assumed that Z Energy is powerless to require Caltex Waimauku to get back into line with the rest, and when you cannot argue the facts, Jeremy, you start telling me about your beliefs. Jeremy, you have been informed of a clear disparity between pricing, and as opposed to accepting the facts presented, you give a foundation-less rebuttal with no relevance. Why? Judging by your belief, are you okay with paying more when you should not be? Perhaps instead of a wonderful story of belief and wonder you could supply the reason as to why, What justification, the individual retailer is charging a higher, greater, larger, amount of money for the same product as others. That would be helpful to comprehend why we are all being ripped off for living locally and thus using the overcharged product at this station. As for the rest of the country, I frankly don't care. Or is it just pay 10% more for convenience? Warm regards. Have a great weekend. As always, this will be broadcast. I will try to remember to send you a link.